Spinal Tap. I love the direction that they were going with this. It's kind of like the same. Actually, it is the same format for you true fans out there as National Lampoon's Electric Apricot, and basically it's just a mockumentary. Anyways, this is Spinal Tap is good. There's a couple bits where it gave me a good chuckle, and I love the story and the characters, but honestly, I didn't entirely enjoy it. I thought it was a little mundane. It was good, but it wasn't my thing. 3 out of 5. 3 Amigos. A very goofy comedy with 3 of my favorite actors, Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Chevy Chase. It got a good couple laughs out of me, and it's just a genuinely decent, action comedy movie. I think it has pacing issues, and it's not perfect, but I would recommend if you want something goofy to watch. 3.5 out of 5. Time Cop. I want to like it, but I just have one problem. They're trying to do Back to the Future. And do you know why the ending of Back to the Future works? Because one, we get to see time. We get to see the comparison of 1955 and 1985. In Time Cop, sure we're told it's 1994 or 2004, but we don't really feel it or see it. And secondly, Marty isn't a government agent, so Marty comes back to the future and it feels very personal. And it's great to see an improvement on his life and the things he disliked from his previous life. Government Agent Man, well, his wife is dead. Wife was shot dead. So when we see him come back to the future and we see that he has a child, no, he doesn't. How does that even work? We don't see how. It's just a lame excuse to give him what he wants, rather than actually telling a coherent story. Oh yeah, any time travel movie has plot holes. But again, with Back to the Future, it's just a lone scientist. No one else really knows about it. Time Cop, the government made a separate branch for it. Does anybody see the problem here? If you have multiple people going back in time, the branch would most likely not exist anymore unless that branch was in a place of time where time didn't exist. But this branch is just on Earth. It doesn't make any sense. So when the Time Cop government has more visible plot holes than the crazy mad scientists, something is wrong. Lastly, the one-liners are sad. No effort. Still enjoyable, but its flaws are very noticeable. 3 out of 5. Tora Tora Tora. I won't go into another war movie rant, but all I'll say is it wasn't horrible, and I actually have some good things to say about it. However, the negatives. It's long, slow, and I'm writing this review literally 5 minutes after I finished the movie, and besides the whole Pearl Harbor attack, the whole movie has just blended together. I couldn't tell you what a lot of the dialogue scenes were. And now for the positives. At first, I didn't care for it, but I did genuinely enjoy the fact that the scenes with the Japanese army were all spoken in, Japanese, and obviously for the American side, everything was spoken in English. Why do I appreciate this? Well, a lot of movies either do all of it in English, no matter the country, or they'll do something cheeky like in Hunt for Red October, where it starts, everyone's speaking in Russian, and then they say an English word in Russian, and then that was the language transition. So now the rest of the movie is in English, but they're still speaking Russian, but we're hearing it as English. It's mainly for the audience to understand what's going on. Anyways, for Tora Tora Tora, it really just felt like a camera was put in front of an army and we're seeing it unfold as it happened. I have no idea if it's historically accurate, but in terms of the movie, I really appreciate it because it felt real, despite if it's accurate or not. So how did I feel overall? I'm giving it a higher score for the fact that it was pretty cool and enjoyable, but I didn't like it that much for the issues I stated before. 3.5 out of 5. Turbulence. It's Air Force One with Ray Liotta. With that, watch Air Force One and Goodfellas. I will admit that it is a funny movie to make fun of, so bad it's good. But honestly, I don't think I can give it a higher score because of that. Because honestly, Turbulence is a total car crash. 3 out of 5. U.S. Marshals. Okay, so this is a sequel to The Fugitive. So following my movie review rule, why didn't I review this when it was back in the F category? Well, I was going to. I genuinely was. And then I decided, I don't really feel like watching this. And then here we are now. It was enjoyable, but unlike The Fugitive, which is awesome, this was just like, it was just really overly complicated. Well, no, okay, it wasn't complicated, but for a movie like this, I don't really care about plot twists with like 4 different people. I just want The Fugitive. So, basically just watch The Fugitive. I'm gonna go watch The Fugitive. 3.5 out of 5. The usual suspects. I will definitely have to rewatch this. I feel like I wasn't getting it, and then when I finally got it, it was over. I also got lost near the beginning, and then midway I started to latch on. It was good. I enjoyed how the story was told out of order, and despite following 5 main criminals, we were really following the detective story too. The story was confusing for a bit, and some of the ending was granted that rewatch I was talking about. Not a bad action thriller, but also not great. 3.5 out of 5. Wag the Dog. I love the story so much. It's the perfect kind of conspiracy style that JFK and Nixon should have been. Not jumping around the bush. It's just like, this, we are faking history. I love stuff like that. But alas, it doesn't hit the bar. It's solid throughout, but it's nothing perfect. I could see myself rewatching it again and maybe enjoying it more, but I'm mixed on it. The story, 5 out of 5, but the execution makes the whole thing a 3.5 out of 5. Wall Street. It was good. You can't go wrong with a Wall Street movie. Brokers arguing over stocks, and it has Charlie Sheen, Martin Sheen, and Michael Douglas. However, this movie felt empty. Like, a lot of the impact of the movie isn't there. I'm not really sure why. I just didn't feel it. Okay, real quick. So, at the end of the movie, Charlie Sheen's character gets arrested, and it's so quiet. Like, it's just ambience. And then the other thing is that you kind of knew it was coming. Like, the impact of him getting arrested isn't really there. But let's do a quick compare to Goodfellas. Ray Liotta's character gets arrested, or rather goes to court, but there's an impact. There's you feel kind of sad that Ray Liotta's character is getting arrested, even though he's an awful criminal. Don't get me wrong, it was still solid. I don't know. Yeah, you would have to watch the movie to know what I'm talking about. But 3.5 out of 5. War of the Worlds. I enjoyed it. It has some really cool special effects, especially when buildings are falling, and it's just a fun little action movie. That's kind of all I have to say about it. I liked it, but I don't have any specific notes. I guess the only thing I have to say is, compared to the Tom Cruise remake, I thought the foreshadowing of aliens dying due to bacteria was done better in the remake than in the original. In the original, it was just aliens are fighting, and then, suddenly, guess what? They're dead. Party's over. In the remake, there's more. It's not just like, okay, it's over. There's more of an impact, I guess. Anyways, 3.5 out of 5. What about Bob? You can't help but love this movie. I wouldn't call it funny. There were moments that made me laugh, but it wasn't a comedy. However, the movie has so much charm and just goofy moments that make it a funny and just good movie. Bill Murray and Richard Dreyfuss. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. Dreyfuss. I think it's Dreyfuss. They were perfect, and it gets to a point where like you're just shocked at what's happening because it's so like outlandish. 4 out of 5. The Witness. A very strange combo of a movie. It's like they rolled a dice or they did like a Mad Libs. It's a cop movie where an Amish kid witnesses a murder. And now Harrison Ford has to hide in the Amish country. It wasn't bad. A solid suspense action movie. Usually in these kind of movies, the main character learns his way and gets the girl, but it actually goes a much more realistic route, and Harrison Ford doesn't really change how he acts as a cop, and he makes out with the Amish girl, but they don't stay together. It's just a different take on the genre. 3.5 out of 5. Wolfman. It was fine. I enjoyed how the town was, or, well, I think it was more the father. They were in denial that his son was a werewolf, and it could be schizophrenia. It dived more into psychological stuff, and I like that more. And the dad learning that his son was in fact a werewolf or a wolfman or whatever, he lied so the town didn't have to know the truth. But it's the usual 50s horror, a lot of dialogue and not a whole lot of frights, which I rather have in a horror movie. 3 out of 5. Working Girl. The last movie of the whole entire year. And it was okay. It's very similar to, well, wait, hold on, that's a stretch. It's the same idea of Secret to My Success I reviewed earlier this year. All 3 actors who star in it were fantastic, and there was also Kevin Spacey and Alex Baldwin. Anyways, I never heard of the actor who played the main girl, Tess McGill, but she does do a very fantastic job, and you can't go wrong with Harrison Ford and Sigourney Weaver. The movie itself is fine. It started fairly strong, and it just kind of dissolves into eh. Nothing else to really note with this movie, other than that there's a scene where Harrison Ford took off his shirt and a room of women clapped and cheered. It's fantastic. 3.5 out of 5. Happy New Year! Happy New Year to your loved ones, your friends, your family, to everyone. We did it. Well, you didn't do anything. You watched the video. Thank you. But I did all the work. All the movies of 2023. I had 2 resolutions this year. And one was to write down every food item that I've ate every day. What reason? I don't really know. I just wanted to do it. And I think I ate a total of like 55 burgers or something insane. Anyways, the second resolution was to watch every VHS tape that's on the shelf that I haven't seen before, and it was done. I reviewed all of them, and I'll cut to some footage that I recorded, but it's not over. It's never over. So up here we have our big box tapes. The only one I haven't seen is Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. These are all the movies that I bought in 2023. I've seen 2 of these, but or no, I've seen 3 of these actually, but almost I think like 7 of these I haven't seen. So that's 7 tapes up there, and then down here we have my Disney tapes. I haven't seen maybe half of those. I've seen a good couple of them, but you know, like the Land Before Time movies, I've seen all those. But some of the Disney movies I haven't seen. And then the big one is all those James Bond tapes down there. I have also not seen. So that's another 20 there alone. And then, I already took them out for the sake of convenience. I usually have some games stacked up right there. Behind those movies is my John Wayne collection. I have them hidden because they're just kind of an eyesore. But yeah, we got 3 movies in each collection, and that's 9 movies each. So we probably have 50 or so movies that I have yet to watch, just because they were never included with the main shelf of VHS tapes. Um, so yeah, that's one of those things where we will have to go poopies. Movies never end, but that's okay because in terms of the goal that I wanted to do, it's over, and I'm very proud of myself for doing that. Now, okay, I really enjoyed doing this review. However, I will not be doing it in 2024, except for there kind of there's a kind of there. So I really enjoyed watching every single movie the way I did it because it gave me something to do. It made me feel motivated to continue watching movies because I had something to look forward to completion. But I'm not good with schedules. I'm terrible with keeping a schedule. So trying to put a video out every month might not seem like a hard thing to do, and it wasn't hard at all. I just am extremely lazy. So next year, I'm going to take a break from having to do monthly reviews. However, I will still be doing them, but just every once in a while when I feel like it. For example, my Betamax movies, I got a good 20 movies that I could probably do in a single video. And I would love to finish all my Betamax movies. All my Blu-ray movies that are hidden in my closet. There's a couple good ones in there that I'd love to watch. And to even finish watching all of my other VHS tapes that are hidden around the room would also be a fun watch. And don't even forget my CEDs, my Selectavision discs, my laser discs, and my DVDs. I'd still love to do all those. But like Laserdisc, I might do in like a 3-part video series and like me eventually getting to it. But yeah, no more monthly reviews. But I still want to do the reviews because I enjoy doing them. But yeah, 2024, I'm excited. It's going to be a good year. Thank you everyone for a good year of 2023. Our 1K subscribers were hit. And hopefully, there's a video in Premiere. I don't know if anybody knows this. There's a video in Premiere for 10,000 subs, and once I reach 10,000 subs, that'll be unprivated. So I don't know, 10,000. Can we do it there? I don't know. Whatever you want. You do you. You be you. Thank you all for watching these review videos, and thank you all for hearing me rant. And thanks for sticking around. Thanks for being here. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Happy Valentine's Day.